What's up, degenerates? Welcome back to Degeneration Nation, or if you're new here, welcome. Today's video is about yet another First Amendment frauditor causing trouble at a post office and getting himself trespassed. I swear it's the same with all the frauditors. They must share the same script. Sad. So without further ado, enjoy the video and roll that intro.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is
I am Sharon Percy Bell, Motion Mathematics.
I'm retarded.
fucking degenerate.
After you. Here we have our poster 7. Think you're all familiar with that?
Yeah, well, it's obvious that you're not familiar with it since you and the other frauditors never look at the document all the way through and just cherry pick the parts that you like. Typical frauditor move.
This is actually dated 1998, so it's a very old copy. Prado. It's a line out the door today.
No shit.
No picture taking allowed in here.
Sorry?
Put those cameras down. You're not allowed to take any pictures in the post office.
I'm not taking pictures.
Okay. Well, aim them the other way or something.
Have you ever read your poster 7?
I don't care.
You don't care about the rules of the post
Get rid
office?
of those cameras now.
Sir, just calm
Get
down
rid of
and I'll
those
talk to you when I get up to the front.
Or leave.
Hey guys, we don't want to be on there.
Get rid of the cameras.
Do you see what you just created?
No, you didn't.
No, it's not what he created, it's what you created. Basically the reason that you're there to get reaction and to piss people off, all for the views and the money.
You didn't create anything. You guys created it. So
by bringing the camera.
Nobody said a word until he decided to start.
Hey, I was waiting for him because he's got the authority here. So please.
The authority is on the wall.
Leave now.
Listen, stop yelling.
Leave.
No, I'm not
Leave
leaving.
with those cameras.
I need to buy a stamp. I'm not leaving.
Hey, Liam, call the cops.
There you go.
I just want my package. Dude.
You're outta here.
Please just,
You guys are
help
outta
us
here.
out.
Okay.
Like, you're causing all this for everyone now by not turning the
I'm just traveling through Silverthorne with my son documenting a trip.
And you're out of here.
Okay.
You are out.
We'll see about that when the cops get here.
Out of the post office.
Okay.
There are no cameras allowed in the post
You don't
office.
have my permission to
Yeah, and you don't have mine either. So
The rules,
wants you to leave.
the federal rules for a post office are posted on the wall in the next room. You can, anybody's
outta
invited to go read them.
Hit the road.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more.
I'll speak to the police when they
Hit
get
the
here,
road.
sir. Okay. I'm sorry you're so upset with your life.
We're not upset with our
Hit
life.
the road.
None of us want to be.
I wasn't speaking to you, ma'am.
you're
Be
pathetic.
gone.
You're rude.
You're
You
pathetic.
are really
I'm
rude.
pathetic.
Hey, no.
Thank
you
you.
need
Yeah,
to get
thank
out.
you.
I'm sorry. It is the federal law.
Who are you? It is not a federal. Have you ever read your poster 7? Would you like to go
We
look
don't
at it
care
together?
What you think about the rules. We
You
know the
cannot-
rules.
You don't care about the rules?
Get out.
Let's go take a look at
You
poster
cannot-
7.
Get out.
Leave.
You want to take a look at the
Video
rules?
Postal employee.
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot.
All right, well, then I'll stay here and you can call the cops and do whatever you got to do.
This is how pathetic the world's getting.
Stick around and you'll see the cops tell me I'm right.
not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
Oh, so that's what you want to try to do?
won't.
No, I'm just
You don't have
standing.
the right to.
For
I
one,
admit
this
so. I don't
office,
care
I
to
am
be.
the authority. Whatever you read on the wall doesn't matter.
Wow, really?
Yes.
No, you're not the authority in this office, sir. The Constitution is the authority in this office.
Provided that there is no disruption to postal service operations, which you have now created.
No.
As they usually do, it's exactly what they live for. Let's be honest, they don't give two craps about the Constitution, they just want the attention.
Oh, I didn't create any disruptions. You guys are okay.
Hey, dude, get out of here. Thank you.
I think you've been living up in the mountains too long, my
Oh,
man.
dude, I don't even live here.
Well, then stop talking to me. What do you care
Hey, I
then?
don't want to be on there.
Well, I don't.
I'll let the cops know I don't.
I don't want people to yell at me when I'm in line at a post
Nobody's
office to
yelling.
get a
He asked
stamp.
you-
Oh, but baby.
Politely to switch that off and turn it around. Didn't he ask you politely?
See, I like this guy.
You notice how when someone actually has a point, he'll totally ignore it and go on to something else? Pathetic.
He's just thinking, taking it all in. Maybe that's what you should
How
do.
about this? Gonna film that one?
Show today.
Good. Hey, what's going on with the cameras? I'm Officer Anderson.
Hey, you want to go out here so we can talk?
Yeah,
So how are you? Can I get your name and badge number, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. It's Jake Arneson, and badge number 28.
28. Thank you very much. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
So have you ever, their issue is with us filming in here. Are you familiar with the postal rules and regulations?
So I spoke with them. They're telling me that the post office employees are saying they don't permit filming.
Right. So there's something called, I'll show you over here. Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
So they have something called Poster 7, okay, which is the rules and regulations of the post office governing conduct on postal property, okay? There is a section for photographs for news, advertising, or commercial purposes, which allows us to take photographs inside of the post office as long as we are not in a restricted area. As long as we're in a publicly accessible
Could we
area.
actually go outside so we're not restricting them getting in?
Yeah, let's go right over here. There's plenty of room. Yeah. So that's all we're doing. We're traveling through Silverthorne.
Yeah.
I'm in line to buy a stamp. That's all I was doing. And we're just documenting our trip.
Okay. Well, they've asked you to turn the cameras off. And
But that's not the law.
okay.
That's just their feelings and their request. So I'm going to respectfully deny that request and go by federal law.
But they're the employees.
Say that nobody's allowed in. Well, they gray tennis sneakers on, and that's not. The rules are posted on the wall, sir.
Do that. I understand.
And I just want to make you aware, I'm going to advise the three of you right now that if you make me leave this post office, you're violating my constitutional rights and you're also violating the law.
Now that's bullshit.
Okay.
And I will very adamantly pursue that, and I have a very huge network of defense attorneys and people behind me. So I just want to make you aware of that before that happens.
That's your right. That's fine.
Okay.
Do you have your IDs on you?
What would you need ID for?
I need to identify who I'm talking to. I was called here lawfully to talk to you.
Do you suspect me of committing a crime or having committed a crime?
You're trespassing, sir.
I'm not trespassing.
You are.
Have you asked me to leave?
You wouldn't even leave if he asked you. Who are you kidding?
If you asked me to leave and I refuse to leave, then I'm trespassing.
Okay, I'm asking you to leave.
You're asking me to leave in full knowledge that you're violating my constitutional rights.
They've asked you to leave.
Have you read the law on the wall? Would you like to at least, can we look at that first?
I understand what's written on the wall.
You didn't even read
But
it.
the
How do you
employees
understand
asked
it?
you to leave, okay?
You haven't looked at what's on the wall.
Sir,
Does
you-
anybody want to take a look at the rules? You have the federal law right there. You won't look at it?
You guys have anything better to do? Go help the population or something.
No, well, standing up for your rights, ma'am.
No, you're not.
Here, stand over here so we're not
Okay.
walking mad.
I just want to point it out to you. It's the photographs right here.
Cherry pick.
He's looking over it, okay?
Yep.
So, since you guys aren't doing it for news purposes.
I am a member of the press.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
And I am doing it for news purposes. And I'm working on a story.
See, this is what all frauditors say, and it's such bullshit. No one believes it.
And it will be disseminated. I will not identify myself or tell you what my story's about because that
We're
would.
asking you to leave.
I would request a sergeant then if that's the case. And
I
I'll
am
be.
a sergeant.
You're a sergeant.
Did I stutter?
With the stripes on her shoulder.
Have you read the rules and regulations of the post office that authorize me to take video inside this building?
There.
I also have a DHS memo in my car.
Why don't you let me finish?
Oh, because you're giving me
I'm not
bad information and you're violating my rights.
Why are you crying?
You might want to call a lieutenant. Seriously.
Okay.
I don't want to have to sue Silverthorne.
Go ahead and try it. You're gonna lose.
I want to avoid that. And you will be on the hook for a massive...
The post office has asked us to ask you to leave.
You're not federal police. Why don't you call the federal police? You have no jurisdiction in this building.
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
I'm more educated on the law than you are.
You serious?
This is what I do.
Just cause harassment?
No, not cause. Once you tell me I'm allowed to be here and you acknowledge my right and stop trying to throw me out of here, I'll explain to you exactly what I'm doing.
Sorry, Frauditor, but that's not how it works.
If you want to violate my rights, I'm not going to explain myself to you.
Because they're
Do you want me to?
the policy of the post office is they don't let people film
That is not true.
mailing.
That is not true.
and the lady was saying that it's a pretty exposed mailing room.
That is absolutely not the truth. She's incorrect, and I understand that people can be incorrect, but I am an expert at what I'm doing.
You liar, you.
I'm good at lying.
And ma'am, I'm sorry, is it Sergeant Dunaway?
Yeah.
If you make me leave and you violate my rights, you're going to be sorry you did that. So I'm just suggesting that you contact the lieutenant, your chief, your district attorney, whoever you want to speak to, because you're making a mistake. I am absolutely within my rights.
I don't want to hear you anymore. Okay?
Why, you don't like the truth?
No, just be quiet.
You can't tell me to be quiet. I get to say whatever I want to say.
Okay?
You should figure it out before you tell me you're going to make me leave. Would be a good idea. Just because somebody that works here doesn't want to be on camera does not give them the right to violate my rights and break the law. It's not how it works.
Okay, so I talked to one of the employees here.
Okay.
They actually gave me the contact information for like the media liaison to the post office.
Okay.
So when it comes to the filming, they're willing to work with you if you leave your contact information here. The postmaster for this location is going to give you a call.
So basically, here's the thing.
But they don't want you to film on postal property.
Sure you can. No, you're absolutely mistaken. I promise you, okay, if your district attorney's office was open today, we could call them and find out. You are absolutely 100% wrong, I promise you.
I doubt that, but regardless, the place to argue that out would either be, with the postmaster or even in court, not acting like a child throwing a tantrum in a post office.
I figure as postal inspectors they probably do.
The postal inspector would have authority to tell you what the law is, but there is a possibility that he might be misinformed.
It could be.
Yeah.
I was inside when he was there, so my address was set there, and I have a problem with that's I don't want my address on.
Okay, so the way that works is there is no expectation of privacy in public.
What about just being a decent human being in public? Just saying.
And I want you to understand, the reason that we're here is I want you to walk away from this having a better education on what the rules are on federal property.
They already know the rules. It's you idiot frauditors that have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Let's see what the sergeant has to
Here's
say.
kind of the
here.
deal.
Okay.
They don't want you here.
I understand that.
We're trespassing you on behalf of...
You're going to trespass me? I want you to speak to your lieutenant before you do that, because I'm going to file a lawsuit against you if you trespass me. I promise you.
Beta! That's fine.
And I'm going to name you personally, and you're going to lose your qualified immunity because you're violating my rights.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
That's fine.
You really think it's fine? I'm going to sue you.
The post office does not want you in here.
Okay,
you
but
can film out there.
If you're telling me you're trespassing me, I will follow any lawful order you give me.
They don't want you on their property.
That's not their decision to make.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
And you're making a big mistake for your municipality. You really are. You're going to cost them dearly.
Go ahead, please.
So you're telling me I'm trespassed?
Please leave.
Yes, please.
Are you going to officially trespass me, or you just ask me to leave?
This is what we told you.
No, if you're asking me to leave, I refuse.
You're retarded.
We're asking you to leave.
And I respectfully decline unless you're going to formally trespass me. If you're going to formally trespass me, I will happily leave immediately.
They want you.
We're going to go around in circles in this conversation forever. If you're going to formally trespass me, I will walk out the door immediately. Okay? If you're not going to formally trespass me, I am not leaving. I'm going to go buy my stamp. I have business to conduct here, and you're preventing me from doing that.
I don't think they're going to sell you a stamp.
Well, then they're denying me service, and that'll be another lawsuit.
Wrong. Here's my business card. You can sue me. Okay?
I love this, Sergeant.
I'm not going to sue you unless you formally trespass me.
I'm like, they're asking me to leave.
I'm respectfully declining unless I'm being formally trespassed. So you're not going to formally trespass me, so I'm going to go buy my stamp.
I do not want you back in.
Am I free to leave?
The building, yes.
I'm asking, am I free to leave?
The building, yes.
So if I'm free to leave, I'm free to stay. So I'm going to go buy my stamp.
They do not want you in that office.
That's not their call.
Douchebag says what? What?
Yeah, it is.
Well, then formally trespass me and I'll leave.
Holy shit, just fucking leave already.
They're not going to serve you.
That's not up to them, it's up to you. You need to get them to sign a trespass order and give me...
It's not up to me, okay? They're asking me to tell you to leave. You're formally trespassed. Go.
I want it in writing.
We'll
Just
write it
go.
down.
You're going to give it to me in writing?
We'll write it down.
You're not going to buy time for 15 minutes until they close the door and not formally trespass me. I'm giving you 3 minutes to start the paperwork, and I'm coming back in.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Because what you're doing, you're violating my rights and you're inconveniencing
I do
me.
need your ID if I'm going to write it down.
You don't need my ID.
Yes, I do.
I'll
I need to
get.
know who you
No,
are.
I'll give you my name. You don't need my ID.
Can I get your name and date of birth? I do need those things.
No, you don't.
Go. Go on. The thing is,
No, it's not the thing is. No, you guys have violated my rights at this point. I want my trespass order.
I'm just letting you know
I
how
have
the
12.
system works.
Listen, I know how the system works better than you do.
This guy is fucking stupid.
We have 12 minutes for me to buy my stamp. So you either trespass me in writing now or I'm going back in. That's it. Let's stop playing games.
You trespassed.
So you're not going to write me a formal trespass?
I need your name.
You just lied to me inside. Well, you just told me I couldn't film in there, and I can.
That's your opinion.
Well, I'm going to go back in.
No, you're not.
No, you're not, dude.
Well, then trespass me.
You are trespassed.
That's not a trespass. You're asking me to leave. I want a lieutenant. I want to hire up here.
You don't
She is the higher up.
I'm going to call 911.
Call the police. Call them.
Sure, we are the police.
No.
And tell them that my rights are being violated. Well, actually, call the sheriff's department.
So what's he gonna do after the sheriff? Is he gonna ask them to call President Trump for him? This frauditor is giving me a freaking headache.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're going to be sorry. It's going to cost you your career, ma'am. You're going to make such a mistake for this municipality. It's a shame. And you're going to be, it's going to, you guys just lost your qualified immunity. You're going to pay for this personally. You didn't trespass me. You think you did. What you did was bully me out the door.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
The only way you can trespass somebody from public property is if they create a disturbance or violate the law. I didn't either. How are you, sir? Are you a sheriff? How are you, sir? My name's Jason.
Sergeant Piper.
Sergeant Piper. Can I just get a badge number or an ID number?
13.
13. Okay. So, Sergeant Piper, the reason I requested your presence here today, and I'm sorry to take you away from anything else you were doing that was probably far more important than this, is to just educate these folks and let them know that I am not violating a law and I am not violating a rule by photographing or taking pictures on post office property. Yep. Ma'am, I'm done speaking to you. I'm going to speak to the sheriff. The end of the day is, okay?
I'm sorry, what was your name, sir?
I didn't give it. My name is Jason. I'll give you my first name, okay? You're a constitutional police officer, correct?
Yep.
Sheriff. So it's your obligation to uphold the Constitution of the United States, correct?
Right, but
okay.
I'm going to tell you that it's their jurisdiction.
It's not their jurisdiction. This is the jurisdiction of federal police. This is federal property. This is not their jurisdiction.
Nope, right here is the jurisdiction of the Silverthorne Police Department.
Okay, and you're a county sheriff.
You're right.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
And we're going to divert to their jurisdiction.
So you're going to divert to their jurisdiction, and you're going to allow them to violate my rights.
I don't believe they're violating your rights, sir.
Okay, so I need a business card from you.
You got it.
You'll be named on the lawsuit as well.
Okay.
Okay. And just so you know, as I told them, you're violating my constitutional rights.
Okay, boomer. Okay, boomer. Okay, boomer.
So you're going to lose your qualified immunity, and this is going to come out of your pocket. I'm sorry you chose to do that. Do you want to call somebody higher up, maybe get some advice before you go through with this?
They don't want you in the building today.
Yeah, but that's not their choice. This is a publicly owned building. This is not a private business. It's different. My tax dollars pay for this building. Your tax dollars pay for this building.
The thing that I don't understand is your motive.
I told you my motive. You want to know what my motive is? I have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. My channel gets 75,000 views a day.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Isn't there a better way to get your point of view?
If you could tell me a better way, I'd be happy to hear it.
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
All right, sir. Have a nice day.
Well, I'm having a great day.
Okay.
All right, you have a nice day.
Thank you.
Yep, so what'd you do? Wait till 12 when they lock the doors? That's going to do it for this one.
Bye, Felicia.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it around. I'm also very interested in what you have to say, so please leave a comment below. Until next time, later days.
Call the police! Call Sir, we are the police. No!
Oh my god, you don't know you're lost!
You're pulling your gun on me? Hey, he's pulling his gun on me.
Special thanks to my $5 patrons, Alicia M, Arcan, Deborah M, Defcon ID 4, Elizabeth K, Jason D, Jason S, Jennifer M, Kate P, Lisa B, Lisa S, Loyal American, Marinko M, Michael M, Nora S, Robert B, Scott C, Scott FC, Sergeant U.S. Army Girl, Sildanga Dogs, Spider, Tammy S, Wes D, and William F.